face. It's even some on the blue, and it made you focus even more on the orange, which sounds weird, but there's a part of me that and I don't know, it probably won't work, that I want to put reflected. Gosh, this is probably done. I want to put, it's probably going to read just too much like the water. I want to put some reflected blue, right? Like the water is so bright, it's even reflecting up in here some. Maybe a little overdone it, but I mean, that water would reflect up, right? It would even do, don't get crazy, John, a little bit in that tree. Too much? Too much, do you say? I don't know. I kind of like that. Blue reflected up into the bottom of those. Now, you know, as you saw me paint that, it's obvious, and you go, well, that looks dumb. It's too blue. But if I didn't tell you, and I didn't show you that blue, and I didn't show you that blue, you probably never noticed. I like this better than that real harsh dark. I don't know why, I just don't like that. It's my painting, I'll do what I want. My painting, dead burnt, do what I want. Trying to put, like we did over here, a couple spots that are bold. A couple spots that are nice and bold. Some are actually a little transparent, which is fine. That's different stuff going on there. Probably not have to do nothing else. Not even touch that tree again and be all right. Water. So, you know, again, if I show you the water at the straight on, this is straighter than it looks. I know at that angle there. I guess it makes sense then. This might, I think in reality, well, this tree is further to the right, isn't it? Am I screwing this? Oh, this is, you all were letting me do things. It's the wrong picture. Now I feel better. I thought, not that I would have changed it, but I thought I had that wrong. Yeah, go crazy there for a second. Let's work on this water. Let's work on the water. Black and black. A little music today. I had to have a little. Oh, love me some classic rock. Fan of AC/DC. I mean, I'm not necessarily, I mean, I like some of their songs, but I didn't realize that, I did realize that this was not the, that there was two different singers. They both sound very much alike. And I honestly forget which songs, which one sang, but because you can't hardly tell them apart. But the first one, I think, I hate to say something that's not true. It seems like he died of an overdose, or no, I don't know. I doubt if it's on purpose. He just alcohol poisoning or something like that. I can't remember. I shouldn't have said that because I don't know for sure. And the current guy that sang many of their songs, I think that in this album called Black and Black, I think this was the first album that guy, he wrote the songs, I'm pretty sure. I'm just talking while I'm trying to take my mind off window. That's brighter. Digging it, digging it. We're gonna put a little bit of breakup in there, probably a bluish color. Pretty much just pure white. Pure white. It is, I forgot to say, it is Saturday, 26th, I think, February 2022. Yeah, this last week, I just didn't. I had one little lap ever since I think Wednesday-ish. I had one opportunity, a little 35 minutes is how long I painted, a little window to come up here. So I was really wanting to get my booty up here and get this going. But I don't know if you notice, it's brightest here as it goes around the corner. I'll put a few places, that it's right up on the edge that it is bright. Right, because that's interesting. Looks more better. It's more better. I don't care when anybody says I like that edge better than that part, and this is Mother Nature. I'm nobody to argue, but I don't think anybody would look and go, "Oh, that should be a perfect, almost rectangle black." That's what that looks like. And I've pushed it a little bit. I may have corrected a smidge, but we're not done in the water. When we get them in here, I can always drag and padoodle and too. So now there's some color. It's not all just, I've got some undercolor, that's, of course, it's not all white, but there's a greenish. Let's see how this, so I had this just mixed, it was just dirty paint, and I just went like this until it dissolved into the white a little bit, maybe too much, I don't know, it may not be dark enough. Probably does the job. It's kind of interesting. Now a little bit, it's a little more raw sienna. Not that I can't make that color with what I'm looking at, but gosh, if I had the raw sienna on my palette, I would pull that out. I'm just going to add a little touch of burnt sienna. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Again, when they're in here, I want to look at it. But I'm not happy with it. I ain't happy with it. And you need to be happy with it. I need to be happy with it. little crazy, maybe you think? I heard you. I heard you saying, John, you're losing it. A little crazy. A little crazy. Maybe I am. That might have been a little crazy. Now, what I'm going to do is actually, when that dries, paint the white back into it. I just wanted that under color to be a little bit darker. And I don't want it to be here and then not really around him, and that's the way it is right now. So I'll put the brush here and drag, right? So it's not painted up to him. I'd rather do that and lose the drawing. I mean, let's be honest, I gotta paint that again anyway. But yeah, we're not gonna have these little hard edges and stuff. We're gonna repaint white. So let's do it right now. It doesn't matter that the paint's wet. To me, it's probably better that it's wet. Should I add a little blue? Just a smidge. See, I'm just going to go over those. And I'm picking up that color and making a new color. You don't say, you don't say. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening. I'll keep putting a little white over that here in smidge. In a smidge. In a smidge. Oh, we want that. Yeah, I'll have to fix that around Pepe. Around the Pepe. Yeah, I'll end up, when we're done the last steps, I'll do some of this stuff, right? You know me, I like to little tickles of that white. Yeah, that'll be pretty. It'll be pretty. Yeah, we'll end up having some of this, and I really don't want to get cutesy and try to make these little things, but I probably will do some of that because it's there, which will help with the distance. I don't want to make them photographic. I'm not gonna, because a lot of artists, and I used to do this, we go, oh, let me take they're actually little individual things, and then you've put them in focus, and I don't want that. I want these out of focus. They are close. I have a great opportunity against that shadow, right, to make some really nice contrast. But I don't want to go crazy with this. I'm not going to count those, really. And they lead out here too, right? It's not just here. They would go out in here. It would make sense. Even if they weren't there, I would still put some out here, so it brings this together. But we'll do some of that. Very good. But you notice, I think last time, maybe off camera, I can't remember, I put this very warm green and then a much cooler green, and I just did this. I just scumbled that just to create some stuff, because I see stuff. A little breakup, and I'll cover up. I'll do that at least one more time with probably a green in between the two. So yeah, a little more work in that water, and especially around painting. And that's bothering me enough. I'm gonna fix it right now. So let me make sure that she's still in camera there for you guys. If there's any of you sickos still out there, because you either have to be a painting poison or looking to fall asleep, still be watching this stuff. Still be watching. You're crazy. Now let's see. Well, that's pretty green. Maybe I need that. Gotta be careful though, because this is a little bit further away than this. So I've got a pretty bold green color, which would be nice to touch in here, right? But I don't want it to be back here. You know, maybe it would be over here. I don't know. Underneath that or something beats me. But it's not there. So how do we mute green? Yes, it's red. Remember red, very overpowering, just a touch of red. A little bit lighter, maybe, a little lighter. Ooh, too light? Too light? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, it may be too. Let's see. A little too light. We'll make it a little more bluer. A little bluer, push that back. Blue in nature recedes. Warm, closer, usually. Usually. I mean, you don't want to say, well, everything has a rule, because it doesn't, but in general, the main thing about those kind of, I'll say, rules to keep in your pocket, in your left brain pocket, is if you are struggling with finding the temperature, or you're struggling with creating depth, you're pretty safe to make distance cooler and close as warm. That's why you see so many cutesy paintings that have little red flowers, big green field, you know, blue, green, red, right? You put red flowers, which would make this go, but that's a little hokey. My shoulder can only take so much of it. Oh, 51 minutes, holy mackerel. No wonder my shoulder's about to give out. This is exhausting for me to do this for somebody. We're gonna call it quits, and next time I think I'll go away from this stuff, and we're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom you all right in here, and we're going to put them in. All right, I've just left them enough where we're gonna have to redraw them again with a paintbrush, which is fine. It ain't no problem. We'll do her again soon.